This is LMU I'm Scott Erland here again with head women's basketball coach Crystal Evans. Crystal, back again for our weekly report. Last time we had talked to you, a little bit of the Lady Railsplitters was in a little bit of a struggle. Now they got some confidence back though. You got a good win over Tusculum here, a back and forth game. 18 lead changes, 12 ties. Huge game by Megan Pittman. She goes for 23 and 15. Just look back to Wednesday a little bit and talk about that game against Tusculum.
Well, I knew, like we had talked about before, I knew Katrina Williams was going to have her team ready to come in and play against us, and they were really prepared, and it was just a battle the entire 40 minutes, and like you said, there was just lead changes throughout, and so we really just had to pull things together the last 4 minutes of the game to be able to pull away, and Megan Pittman was obviously a huge key player that night. She just knocked down open shots for whatever reason. We had our shooter run the baseline, and they had her covered a good part of the game, and Megan was able to slip away around that free throw line area and was able to get open. She knocked down those shots, and she also rebounded really well for us. And then late in the game, Katrina was able to get open on the baseline, and she knocked down some really key three-pointers for us. Just with their two performances, it really they did a great job, and they were a big part of us getting that win.
Well, and it's been we had talked about, we didn't like to bring up injuries, but the injuries have been a big part of the story of this season so far, and it looked like for a while there, Lady Railsplitters your team was really struggling to adjust to like a new system, kind of this new identity that was trying to be formed on the run and on the fly. But then against Tusculum, you go and out there and you really look really great offensively, shoot 46.5%. What do you think you guys did that night, aside from the obvious of just Megan Pittman making shots from everywhere? What do you think you guys did offensively that night to get going?
Well, I just think that, again, we've been working out the kinks in the new system, and with each game, they're starting to feel more and more comfortable. I mean, we've completely changed everything we're doing. We were very post-oriented. Now we're very guard-oriented, and it takes some time for the players to adjust and to get that chemistry among the team. And, I felt like we were able to do that against Tusculum, just knock down open shots and what have you. And I believe that momentum also carried over into Saturday's game with Queens.
Oh, and that was a good transition for me, because that's how I was gonna transition that myself. Is that it did look like that Tusculum game really could have gone either way, and it ends up that we prevail. Go into Saturday, and it looks like we really carried that momentum and looked like a confident team on Saturday. Offensively, not as good of a game. 64-44 win over Queens, but defensively, just a shutdown effort. You hold the Royals to just 13 points in the first half. That was a Texarkana Arena record for the lowest points by. It tied the record actually for the lowest points by an opponent and a half. So just what did you guys do defensively to just really frustrate Queens that night?
Well, we hadn't changed anything. We've just been really working on our defense, and as far as we hadn't changed anything since we came back for Christmas when we changed our entire style of play. As far as defensively, we just been working and plugging away and trying to get it better and better and better. And really. Back since the Wingate game, I mean, Wingate just tore us up inside. We weren't able to stop them, and we've really made adjustments to take away the paint now defensively. And I felt like we did a good job against Tusculum, but our rotation was slow because we were leaving wide open shooters out on the perimeter. And so that's another thing that we've been working on, is just getting quicker in our rotations, and so we've been trying to put it all together. And I feel like against Queens, that was our most complete game defensively that we've put together thus far, and we still have a lot of things that we still need to work on and iron out before postseason time. But I feel like the Tusculum game was a step in the right direction, and Queens was another step in the right direction, and right now that's all you can ask of a team.
Well, and you had talked about how you had to make the slow transition from a post-oriented team to a guard-oriented team, and it's been nice to see Asia Lee kind of late really returned to the first team all-conference girl that we know type of player we know she is. She's scored 10-plus points in 4 of the last 5 games, and then I think she might have had her best game of the season against Queens. She goes 20 points, 7 steals, 6 rebounds, just does a little bit of everything. So just talk about what she's done lately to really help the team kind of get back on track.
Well, Asia is just a tremendous athlete, and one thing that I like about Asia is if you can get her an easy layup, if you can get just a score or shot right off the bat, she really picks it up defensively. I mean, it carries over, and obviously sometimes too her defense fuels her offense. So she's really good about playing on both ends, and she's really been looking to attack now because we need her to, and she's doing a great job looking to attack. She's doing a good job. Again, we're setting more screens, and she was shooting amazingly from the 3-point line. I want to say she was 3 for 3, but you can check me on that. But I'm almost sure that she was 3 for 3, and but she's doing a good job getting herself set, and just her mechanics are better with her shot, and I think she's getting more and more confidence as the season goes on.
Yeah, and then now let's look ahead a little bit. You go to Mars Hill tomorrow. Game that Mars Hill is typically a pretty tough place to play. You look back the last time we played them, and it was a shootout, 190 final score, 190 combined points is a huge game. So we kind of know what we're looking for. The teams are obviously different this time around than when we last played. So what do you expect going into this matchup in that series?
Well, just like you said, with it being 100-90, obviously there wasn't much defense being played by either team. But, obviously the improvements that we made defensively, I'm hoping that carries over to tomorrow's game, and we're able to limit their shots, and we're able to really rotate quickly to the guards on the perimeter because they can get hot. They can get hot on the perimeter. And obviously we're trying to focus on Camille and not let her have a game like she did against us the first go round, and no matter what team we're playing against, we're always trying to win the board. So that's obviously going to be our focus going into tomorrow. And
the last thing I wanted to talk about, and obviously it's nothing revelatory to say that it's harder to play on the road than it is at home, but the struggles for this team kind of on the road has been even more of a stark contrast. I think 7-2 at home, and really just looked like one of the best teams in the conference at home. And then at times on the road, it's been tougher. 1-4 on the road, and the numbers indicate that. I don't know if there's any way to prepare a team to get better on the road or to play better on the road other than just to do it. But has this been anything you've talked about internally? Well,
obviously, I don't feel like we've put together 40 minutes on the road. I mean, there are times, and I'll even go back to the LR game, where we fought back from a deficit, and we put a lot of energy into it, and then we went on a complete drought for 10 minutes as far as scoring. So there's been moments when we've been on the road where we've looked really, really good. It's just we haven't sustained that same consistency or that same effort throughout the entire 40 minutes, and that's what we're trying to do. We've put more of a complete game together, going back to the Newberry game here at home, and being able to do that here at our home gym, obviously has been a little bit easier for them, but we haven't put a complete game together on the road as of yet. I don't feel. And that's something that we're striving to do, and that's something that we talk about during practice, is just putting together 40 minutes of good, solid basketball.
Well, we look forward to seeing the Lady Rebel Spurs put together 40 solid minutes of basketball on the road tomorrow. Coach, we'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you.